Welcome, everyone, to episode 3 of Behind the Content. Tonight, I am joined by the lovely Molly K. You probably know her better as Crotch Muffin from TikTok. Molly, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I am literally so honored. So
I'm honored. When I started this, I was like, okay, and we became good friends here on TikTok.
oh yeah, long
So
time
when I
ago.
Yeah, so when I started this, I was like, have to have Molly on here. I have to have Molly on here because you seriously, to me, and we're going to get into it, the stuff that you do on TikTok is some of the most interesting stuff to me. One of the reasons I started this show is because I want to know about people. And here you are getting to expose their secrets anonymously for anybody that doesn't know Molly.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. And plus, all your other amazing content too. I'm not taking anything away from that at
Yeah.
all. So, Molly, why don't you tell everybody a little about yourself?
So my name is Molly. I started Crotch Muffin Secrets. Gosh, when COVID started, actually. Um, I'm a mom to a sweet little boy named Cash. I live in Arizona.
Way too hot. Way too hot.
Oh my gosh, it was like 118 the other day.
I don't even know if like the heat would kill me. I'm a winter guy, but I've seen the size of some of the spiders from Arizona in pictures. Pass. Hard no. Hard no every time.
I mean, it's like that. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Oh
But
God.
yeah, that kind of sums me up. I'm a
But
mom.
so you're a mom.
A mom.
Whether you want to admit it or not, you are a social media influencer.
I still can't accept that. I don't know. I don't know.
You are hands down TikTok famous, okay?
Okay.
And your Instagram is just blowing up right now, the same way your TikTok did. And I see that you promote a lot of stuff on there, and
hmm
that's a little more dedicated to makeup and clothes and fashion, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I kind of try and keep secrets on TikTok. Every once in a while, if there's like a booming good secret, I'll put on my Instagram and be like, oh my gosh, look at this. But mostly it's like clothes, makeup, where I get my things. It's like a more in depth of like my personal life. Like I do my home decor and stuff. So yeah, if you want to see more of like my personal stuff, you can go over to Instagram.
And we're going to pop her Instagram up right there so you guys can go follow her. And as well as her TikTok. If you don't already follow her, God, you're missing out.
Oh my gosh.
So, quick question, and because I see your Instagram so much, has Target decided to sponsor you at this point yet? Or, I mean, the amount of money you spend there, they should.
You know what? I feel like I'm at freaking Target more than my own house. So I'm a little offended that they have not come to me yet.
Target,
but
if you're watching this, get on it.
but we're working on it cuz like I'm there every day. Like I'll go for like sugar. I don't even buy sugar. I go there for like coffee creamer and like Q-tips. And then I was supposed to actually be getting like Lysol wipes. And then I'm like, "Oh, got to go back." But like Target's in my backyard. Like I could walk.
Really?
Yeah, I could walk there if I had to, which why would I do that? But
Not in that heat.
no. It's just super close, so I go multiple times a day. So,
I think Target that close to you might be a little dangerous, but it seems to be working for you.
it's so dangerous. Like as long as I can pay my mortgage though, that's what I say.
And I think that's pretty cool. I mean, you're showing you obviously have good style, and you dress to the nine, and it's showing people that you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on clothing to look great. And I
Yeah,
think that's a good message for somebody that, whether you want to admit it or not, is a
no.
social media influencer.
Well, thank you. I like that with home decor too. I like get most of my stuff at like Goodwill.
Oh yeah.
You can make anything pretty at Goodwill. You just got to have the right tools. So yeah, you don't need to spend a fortune. I'm totally against spending a fortune.
So is me and my bank account. So
Yeah.
so let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
One of the main questions, I've been a part of your TikTok lives, and
hmm
I think you get this more than ever, but let's answer it for everybody. Where does the name Crotch Muffin come from?
So goodness, this goes back to like middle school, high school for me. Me and my best friend Kaylee Ferris called each other Crotch Muffins. And
Okay.
I don't know if I came up with a name. I don't know if she came up with a name, but we were constantly calling each other Crotch Muffins. Like, get over here, you Crotch Muffin. Like, like so weird. And so when I started TikTok, I will have to find the video where I first said crotch muffin because I have no idea in what context I said it, but I said it and I didn't mean for it to take off like it did. And I think somebody was like, oh my gosh, like it's like we're your little crotch muffins. And I'm like, okay, like that sounds good. And so I think it's like the best thing ever because it was never my intention to call my fans crotch muffins or be crotch muffin. And it just like happens so authentically and naturally. So
Oh,
it started in
absolutely.
junior high. Like,
If something can happen organically, it's going to grow and it's going to
right.
be, it's like if you push something onto a thing, like if I started Red's Army or something, that'd be, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because when someone else starts something, it's big. And your little crotch muffins
Uh,
absolutely adore you. So
I
I,
adore them.
it's awesome. Now, so this is a name that you guys came up with in middle school. So here's a bunch of sixth, seventh, and eighth graders running around calling people calling each other crotch muffins. Did that ever get you in trouble in school?
I mean, what didn't get me in trouble in school? I was suspended twice, almost expelled once. Like, I am sure all the teachers hated me. I'm sure, well, except one, but I'm sure it did get us in trouble. Like, stop your foul language. And I like went to a school that had 90 people in it.
Oh wow, that's small.
Like, I think there was 20 people in my graduating class. Like,
Oh my
graduation
god.
took 2 seconds, and it was like, okay, bye.
So you originally started on TikTok as, and I always joked about it, okay,
Okay. Yep, that was
and
me.
that's obviously a play with your initials,
Yeah.
and it worked out. And then when did you decide to make the switch to Crotch Muffin?
Um, I started to make the switch when people would address me as Crotch Muffin. I was getting messages and they're like, "Oh my gosh, hi Crotch Muffin." And I'm like, "Well, I better change my name to Crotch Muffin because that's how people are now that's what they're calling me. That's what they're. So I was like, guess I'll change it, which is kind of difficult because the first time you change your name, people are like, "Well, I was trying to find you and I couldn't find you and I thought you blocked me." So
Yep, yep.
there's
I did that
always,
to you. I
yeah,
was like, where'd she go?
yeah, there's always a commitment when changing your name for sure. So,
So you get the name change, and that's obviously after you had started to blow up. But
mhm.
I mean, I think we all kind of got on here because of COVID in a way. But what exactly led you to join TikTok, and when exactly did you start?
So same with everybody else, COVID. I was on there for a couple weeks and I actually deleted the app multiple times. I'm like, these videos are so cheesy. Like, what are these people doing? Like the little dances and the like what are like but
By the way,
I
folks, if you go follow her, she does do some of those dances now too. Don't lie.
yeah, no, I do. I admit it. But no, for the first like couple weeks, I just was on the For You page scrolling. I didn't post. I didn't have the self-confidence for that at all. Um, and then my first video was posted on March 19th of 2020, and it's in my privates now because it's
Oh, will you ever release that when you hit a million? Because you will. Will you release that video?
oh yeah, I
All
will.
right, you heard it here, folks. When Molly gets to a mill, we're gonna see her first ever TikTok, and I can only imagine what that is.
Oh, it's so cringy. But yeah, I will release it, but it was March 19th. Yeah.
So you were making content like not everybody else, but you were just doing your original content
Mhm.
and comedy style. Was it makeup tutorial? What was your style when you first got on?
So when I first got on, I obviously had no idea what I was doing. I was just kind of following trends. Um, the first video that I was just talking about was the sound, "These boys ain't shit." You know that sound?
I don't know that one.
Oh, yeah. No, it was when I joined, it was really a popular sound, so I had a sucker and I was like, "These boys ain't shit."
And if
So, yeah.
anybody couldn't just tell, Molly has an amazing singing voice, which we are going
Oh,
to get into as well.
thank you. So, yeah, it was just trendy stuff, just copying other people and yeah, nothing original about it, just was kind of building up that self-confidence to do more.
to finally get out there. So you make some videos. You're doing your thing now. Your self confidence is there.
Hmm.
Where did this idea of, okay, I want to tell secrets, not my own,
Hmm.
other people's secrets, where did that come from?
So, goodness. In the past, I have struggled, extremely struggled with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. And every time I would go through one of those episodes, I would crawl into bed, cry, focus on the negative, and not deal with it. Um, but being a mom, I can't go with inside myself. I can't go lay in bed. I can't hide from the world. So I had to figure out something that I could do and focus my energy in and forget about myself for 5 seconds. So I woke up one morning just feeling like I couldn't do it anymore. And I was like, what could I do to just forget about myself for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
And I love being a mom. It's like the biggest blessing in my life. But what could I do to focus on something that brings me joy? Like, because I think moms can relate. Like, we lose ourselves as moms. We completely do. And it just happens to everybody. So I was like, I need to laugh. I need to be entertained. I need to help people that are feeling the same way I'm feeling. Like, what can I do? And do you guys know those post secrets? Is that what it's called? Like the old, like they were in the Cosmopolitan magazines. They were like,
Not a big reader of Cosmo, I'm just saying. But I'm sure a lot of the viewers do, yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was like, what if I put out a video and you guys, I had 60 followers, maybe 100, I don't know, when I put this video out. And I just looked today and it has still yet to go viral. So I have no idea how it spread so fast.
Okay.
But I put this video out and I was like, tell me your secrets. Like, I want funny, like dirty, like, I just want everything. And I went to bed and I didn't think anything was going to come of it. And I woke up the next morning and I had 600 messages in my inbox and I
Whoa.
was like, "Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it." So, yeah. And I think my first secret is what got me, like, out there,
Okay.
because I jumped from, like, 60 followers to 60,000 followers in 3 days.
That's insane.
Yeah, like, it was it was a big jump. So,
And
yeah.
that literally started it. So you make the video, you
Mhm.
go to sleep. Okay, we'll see if yeah, maybe I'll get a message, maybe I'll get two. And you end
Yeah,
up with how many?
600.
600 messages. People just, this is my secret, this is my secret, this is my secret.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I had to pick my jaw up off the floor, and I was like, like, "What is happening?"
That is
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Okay, so now here you are saying, "All right, we're going to roll with this cuz
Yeah,
obviously this is what people want to do.
right.
So let's do it." You answered my next question. My next question was, how do you just get people, again, you didn't have a large following. You
Mm-mm,
weren't who you are today on TikTok.
mm-mm.
How do you just get people to just, hey, you don't know me and I don't know you, but tell me every little dirty thing there is to know about you?
That's
Did they start off like with a boom, or were they kind of a little more mellower and now as it's grown they've gotten more intense?
oh, no, it started off with a boom. Like, I don't know if I have something written across my face that says, "Trust me with everything," but from the start, people have trusted me, and it's gonna make me emotional, but, like, I don't know, I just feel honored that people are like, they put that trust in me to hear some of the most tender parts of their life, the most dirtiest, the funniest, the saddest. And no, it started off with a boom. Like my first secret was these two best friends. They were at a graduation party, and the girl best friend hit on her best friend's mom. And then her mom and her had a sexual relationship for many years. That was my first secret, and I think
Oh
that's
my.
what kind of,
Yeah,
like, set me up
that'll
there.
take it off. I mean, people are going to be interested. I think. What's your demographic like? What are you? Is it a lot of guys, a lot of girls that follow you or view in? What does your analytics look like?
So, I just checked the other day. I have, like 87% female and
Oh,
the rest
wow.
are male. Yeah. Who runs the
Wow.
world, girls?
So,
Yeah.
and I think that's pretty incredible because this could have went one of two ways. This could have went the way that it has, or you could have gotten a lot of hate from anybody just
Mhm.
saying, "Well, what are you doing? You're telling these other people's secrets. You're making something off of other people. You're exposing people. You could have you ever gotten any of that from anybody where they were like, you're ruining somebody's life or just negativity towards what you do?"
I have actually been super blessed. Everybody has really been so uplifting to me and positive. Like, it's seriously been nothing but positivity. The only negative comments I get are like 13-year-olds,
Yeah.
and I don't think those really count.
No, no, they just do it. That's what they do for fun. They don't like when well, you're younger than I am, but they don't like when we're on, TikTok.
The
They get pretty
older
angry and stuff like that.
generation, yeah.
So I've been
No,
called a
so
boomer.
positive.
I'm
A
like
boomer.
a boomer. I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
I don't even like calling myself that, but that's what I am.
I know, same, same.
So
It's too funny.
you've put out some amazing secrets, and there's been some controversial stuff. There's been some really deep stuff, and what uh, out of all the secrets you have told so far, which one has affected you the most in a positive way, and which one has affected you the most in a not a negative per se, but an emotional way that it hits you just on a deeper level, out of all the secrets that you have had so far?
Um, the emotional one, immediately, I believe it was Secret 439.
You know the numbers. That's damn.
I believe yeah, I believe it's 439. It was really powerful. This woman had just gotten engaged to, she thought, the love of her life in Jamaica on the beach. Um, and then the second they got engaged, he just became abusive and manipulative, just like all the things. Um, and then they got pregnant and they were told that the baby would have a defect.
Okay.
Um, the baby was born and she had to go through a ton of surgeries. And the father, who was the husband, excuse me, make a mouse, said that he didn't want a child that was addicted to pain medication. So she had been through multiple surgeries, and he demanded that this baby be taken off pain meds. And I'm sorry, but I had a gallbladder surgery and I needed those pain meds. And this child is going through something that us adults don't even
No.
can't even comprehend. Um
They say that a
so
child's toothache is something that adults or teething is something that adults couldn't handle.
right, exactly. So with the pain and the labored breathing, it was just too much and this child passed away. Um and the mom was rocking her. She was like, it was the hardest thing, like feeling and watching my baby slip away from me. And then for the obituary, she put his last name hyphened with hers because they were definitely splitting up, obviously.
Hmm.
And then on the gravestone, it didn't have his last name.
Okay.
So then he gets angry and he goes and destroys his daughter's grave.
What a piece of trash.
Mhm. Like, I don't know. I just can't, just the thought of even, like, losing my child makes me physically ill,
Oh, 100%.
and I just can't imagine a parent going and destroying something so sacred and beautiful
Out of
because your
out of
last
pure
name.
out of pure pettiness. I mean, obviously the guy was not a man, not
Yeah, no.
just a giant piece of shit in plain
Yeah,
English, excuse my language.
yeah.
So obviously you get some of these messages and it's not all I'm not going to say I don't want to say no, not kinky, but it's not all sexual
Rainbows
and it's
and
not
yeah.
all rainbows and sunshine and laughs.
Mhm.
Some of this stuff, obviously, I could see you getting emotional. I'm a parent as well. That hurt me inside. So a lot of these, I'm sure, take a real toll on you being a mom
Mhm.
and just being a good human being. Um, So sometimes I'm sure when you open up that email, you probably get hit with some stuff that you can't even control. Have you ever had one that you didn't read or you refused to read? I'm sure there's some that you can't get to, but
Hmm.
that you just were like, nope, I'm not doing that. I can't physically do that one.
Yeah, I have gotten, unfortunately, a couple about sexual abuse to a minor,
Yep.
and it would happened years ago, but still, I don't feel comfortable putting, especially in our political stuff that's happening today.
Hmm.
I don't feel comfortable putting that out there and talking about sex with a minor because A, I feel like I could probably get in trouble for that, and B,
Yeah.
it's heavy. Like I don't my the point of my platform is to bring, I mean, there are some really hard-hitting secrets, but to bring
Sure.
happiness and laughter and support to people. I don't, and there's only been like a couple, but I just don't like,
No,
I
I
won't read those
completely
ones.
get that. I mean, TikTok is a platform that will remove stuff when you're just trying to help and bring light to a situation.
Right.
But something like that, you don't know what you're sharing,
Right.
and it could end up being the end of you. So I completely get that, and I don't on an emotional level. I mean, that's probably really tough to talk about. You're already talking about some really tough situations, like the one you just explained, something like that. I can understand why you would want to skip over that one. So you got into some of the ones that uh, affected you in a way that it hit your heart really hard and
Hmm.
obviously made you extremely emotional. There's obviously a ton of positive ones that you do that make you smile and bring joy to everybody else. What's the one that has either brought you the most joy or just was able to make your day, make your week, and make you want to keep doing these crotch muffin secrets?
Oh man. So yeah, like you said, there are so many positive ones. Like there are so many that after I'm done reading them, like I literally can't breathe. Like what you see on camera, me like, I'm so happy for you. Like that's real. Like I'm so happy for you. Um, but one recently that has really stuck out to me was Secret 456. Um, and it is like a 11-part secret. Like it is,
Oh wow.
it's the longest secret I've ever done on here, but I thought it was important. This girl grew up in the most abusive situation you could think of. Her father was an alcoholic and abusive to the mother. The mother ultimately left, married her stepfather. He was
Okay.
abusive.
Oh
She wasn't,
geez.
yeah, she wasn't able to eat dinner with the family. She had to eat certain foods. She couldn't have sweets. She had to wear her brother or her stepbrother's clothes. Like she wasn't allowed to do anything. Like she was the one that had to do the chores. Like she would wake up to kicks in the ribs. And then she went back to live with her dad. Oops, sorry. And her dad ended up becoming like a drug addict. And she, in the email, she said, I am leaving out a ton of stuff, like a ton of stuff. But at the end, she said, there is always hope. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Like you don't have to let your past determine your future. Like you can rewrite the future.
Yep.
And she's in the army.
Oh,
She
good for her.
Yeah, she's in love, like, she's doing amazing despite her past, like, you hear of so many people, like, using their past as an excuse and using it as a crutch. No, she's, like, using it to her benefit, and, like, I'm getting chills talking about it because she has seriously, like, she has made something of herself, and she's a badass, and she knows she's a badass, and that's why I love her. So, yeah,
That's amazing.
I mean, it started sad, but in the end, she's like, "Not today," like, ugh, yeah.
That's such a positive message. Like, you know, here you are, you may be having a rough day or something's
Mhm.
going on, your kid's being crazy or it's COVID time.
Yeah.
And then you open this up, and here's this girl who had every reason to give up or go down a bad path. And instead, she's serving our country
Mhm.
and she's a kick ass woman.
Oh.
If you are watching this, I salute you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being badass. And I didn't even read that secret, and I'm inspired by you. So
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you guys have not seen, let's see, Secret 456, it's a long one, but it's worth it. It is amazing. It could be a
Well,
movie.
guys, go check that out. I'm going to put that right down there. That's Secret 456.
Yep.
Secret 456. And to that girl, you're awesome. I'm a fan of you, and I don't even know you. So you've talked a lot about your secrets, and we have one that we're going to share for us here. What secret number was that?
Secret 446.
Okay, so Secret 446. You guys are about to see us. Molly, give us a little preview of what it is.
So this one has caught the attention of TikTok. This one has, it's gone viral. It's gone out there. But just imagine, ladies, if you have a mother-in-law, being real close with her, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so these two don't hate each other. All
They
right, let's go
don't.
ahead. Let's go ahead and show everybody the clip. So Secret
I'm going to
446.
keep this brief, and this is almost my way of coming clean and telling those close to me the truth. Everyone in my family watches your TikToks. Oh, so someone is bound to know. I'm a 29-year-old woman married to a 27-year-old man. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Sounds pretty good. We've been married for 5 years. Well, to make a really long story short, I'm sleeping with my husband's mother, my mother-in-law. Best sex ever.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I've got some questions.
yeah.
First off, what is your reaction when you open up your are you so numb to some of these now that when you open these up it's just like, okay, another day in the office, or does something like that just kick you in the face?
So it's so funny. I was looking at old secrets today and I looked at the way I reacted. And when I first started the secrets, I would react obviously in a loving way, but I was shocked. As I look at the older secrets, I'm not as shocked anymore. But
Okay.
but and we have talked, me and this girl, she is so sweet. I love her to pieces. But when I first read it, because I usually blind read my secrets,
Well, makes sense, yeah.
yeah, because it adds extra something. But I read it and I was like, wait, I didn't read that right. And as I was recording, I'm like, no, I think I read that right. And I kind of did like a weird little dance. I'm
I
like,
saw the little jiggy. That was
I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. And that
wow.
is, yeah, that's not judgment. That's just like, okay, like this is something I've never been introduced to. I've never heard of it, but you know what? I've never been in your shoes. I don't know your heart. I don't know what you go through on a day-to-day basis. Like, okay, we're doing this. This is what's happening in your life. So I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna give you all the love. So
I
yeah.
mean, you okay, so here is your daughter-in-law. Let's take it from the mother-in-law's perspective.
Okay.
Here's your daughter-in-law coming to you and saying, "I love your son. Okay, he's my everything,
Mhm.
but I'm bisexual, which
Right.
is fine."
Yeah.
And then the mother-in-law making moves, and now you're in a basically a full-blown relationship with your husband's mom, and your husband has no idea about it. I mean, there's got to be some times where it's like, all right, hon, you're hanging out with my mom again. How close can you guys be? Oh boy, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Ah,
Exactly. And I haven't actually, I don't think, given my like official opinion on it, but I do feel like the mother-in-law definitely took advantage of
okay,
the daughter-in-law. Like the
I get
daughter-in-law
what you're
was
saying.
coming to her in confidence, like, hey, and then it happened. And I'm guessing that this mother-in-law must be a dime piece. You know what I'm saying? For her to continue on with this relationship. But like I said, I don't know what they go through on a day-to-day basis. I can't judge. Sit
That
down with me for
is
5 minutes and hear about my life. You'll like
I couldn't imagine being in the husband's shoes and finding this out. Um, Now this person stated that like everybody knows who you are in the family at the
okay,
beginning of that.
right. So yeah, she's like, everybody in my family watches your TikTok, so I'm just gonna keep as much detail out of this as possible, but still tell you.
Wow.
Yeah. If
Wow.
if you have seen the update to this secret is almost more crazy than the actual secret itself, in
Well,
my opinion.
please
My
share.
Okay, so every night before bed, they're on their phones scrolling through TikTok like all of us, like who
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
lay in bed and just like ah. So one of my past secrets came up and it was a good one. I don't know which one it was. They didn't tell me. But she was like, "We then decided to go to your page and look at all the secrets that we've missed." Well, she didn't know that I had read her secret because she didn't read the email that I send to everybody when I do read the secrets
So she's watching this with her husband?
for the first time. And she's like, "Ugh." So, yeah,
Oh boy.
for the first time, they open up 446 together and they're watching it. And I believe she said, like, my heart fell to my butthole and we're watching this together. And, like, and then, he after they were done watching it, he's like something along the lines of, "I'm so glad I have you in my life. Like I love you so much," and kissed her and rolled over and like went to bed and stuff. So she ended up going on his phone, blocking me from his account so that he wouldn't see the update. So we will see how that works out. She said she's keep me updated, but she said that she does in a weird way want him to know, but she doesn't want
Sure.
to be the one to like tell him, but then she doesn't want him to know because like that could cause a lot of problems. Like
Yeah, she's playing a dangerous game by. I mean, there's ways he might, if he's a fan of yours, he may realize I haven't seen Crotch Muffin in a week. Let me go to her page and realize it, and then unblock you, and then he's gonna find out. I'll tell you one thing: you may be sitting on a business thing here that you don't even know about, where you could just be, hey, I got some, like the old telegram people, they go to the door and they'd be like, hey, ma, somebody had a baby. You can go do that and knock on people's door and be like, hey, your wife's sleeping with your mother. Like
just thought I'd let you know.
that could be a whole business plan here you don't even know
That
about.
is fantastic.
Oh my
That is
God. And I mean,
fantastic.
I think I should be partnered in that now. So
Oh yeah.
let's see. How about red crotch message it? Nope, that doesn't sound good at all,
Red
actually.
crotch.
But you should look into that. Please. I mean, I follow you too, but things get lost. If
Oh
that ever
yeah.
comes to tuition, I want to know
Oh yeah.
immediately.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
That's
sure.
just a little teaser, guys. Again, if you're not following Molly, here is her TikTok handle right down there. Again, that is some of the stuff that you're missing,
Mhm.
plus some amazing content that we'll get into later on. But the whole point behind this show is I know who Crotch Muffin is. Your fans know who Crotch Muffin is. But who's Molly?
Ooh. That's a good question. I would like to think that Crotch Muffin and Molly are very similar people.
Okay.
The advice that Crotch Muffin would give, Molly would give as well. Um, but then it's like, do any of us know who we are? Like,
I
if
like
somebody
that.
were like, do you know who you are? You'd be like, wait, I don't know. Like, most days I wake up feeling like a complete fraud. Um, but I know that deep down, like, I'm a good person, like, I'm a mom, I care deeply for people, but at the end of the day, I honestly feel like a fraud.
Why is that?
I think when I started TikTok, I didn't realize what was gonna come from it. And seeing people's, like, sweet, sweet comments every day of, "I wanna be your friend, I love you so much, you're so cool." It's like, I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I'm like, "These people think I'm way cooler than I am," and then, like, some days I just cry, I'm like, "I'm quitting TikTok, I can't do this." So, Crotch Muffin is so sure of herself and she is so confident, but Molly struggles with that on a daily basis, and she's getting better. I'm talking the third person.
No, that's hey.
She's getting better each day, but there is still so much insecurities there, and, I mean, you guys obviously only see what I put out there, but you don't see the Crotch Muffin or Molly when she's having a bad day or when she just feels like she can't go on. So, like, if you guys look at me and you think, "Oh, she's perfect and she's always happy and she's got it together," I I'm obviously getting better and every day there's an improvement, but just know that what you see on my social media there's a lot that you don't see, and there's so much insecurity, and there's so much self-doubt, and there's so much anxiety there. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just love you guys for being here, and I appreciate the support and the love, and I love the sweet, sweet comments, and they really do hit me hard. And I don't know. Am I making sense? I'm just like
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
completely humbled that people are even willing to follow me. Cause
Well,
like I
there's like over 600,000 of them now, correct?
yes,
S-
600 and some change. I don't know.
So what what you had said was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Crotch Muffin that we see is filled with self confidence. The voices that you do, oh my, I can't. I'm not even gonna try to imitate you for 1 second. It would be horrible. I'm not even gonna edit it out because it's so bad. Everybody should know that I can't do an impersonation of. Um, and you come and you have a ton of confidence with what you do, but the real you, well, not the Crotch Muffin's not the real you.
Right.
But when the camera's off and you're not being Crotch Muffin and you're just Molly, your mom,
Mhm.
there's a lot that's inside of you that nobody sees that is probably very similar to your fans, to your followers, of how they are on a day-to-day basis. So I think it's nice now that, hey, maybe they realize I'm more like Crotch Muffin. They always say I want to be your friend or I want to be you. They are you. They're a
Oh
piece of
yeah.
you.
Oh, 100%.
Has Crotch Muffin helped improve Molly?
Yeah. Crotch Muffin quite literally saved my life.
Oh wow.
Um there was a point where the knives in my house had to be hidden from me.
Oh wow.
It got to that point, and when this whole COVID thing happened, I felt myself slipping into that same deep, dark, hopeless depression. And I don't know if I'm sure a lot of the viewers have experienced that. It's just like nobody understands me because I don't even understand myself. When somebody asks me what's wrong, I, I I can't even explain it to myself, so I can't explain it to you. So then it's just a frustrating back and forth thing.
Yeah.
Um, so quite literally, again, why I started the secrets is because I needed to go outside myself for 2 seconds. And I needed to show myself that I could do something other than just sit there and cry about it,
Hmm.
because that didn't work for me in the past. It just didn't. And starting Crotch Muffin, like if you go back to my first secret, it is not the Crotch Muffin that tells secrets today. She's very you I mean, I watched it today and I'm like, "Oh, okay, she's kind of unsure. She doesn't really know how to react." But no, like I it's hard to put into words, but Crotch Muffin has literally saved my life. It has shown me that little old me, a mom that's been puked and pooped on more times than she'd like to say, can make a negative situation and turn it into something positive. Like the only reason I went on TikTok and started this is because I was sad and I was depressed and I was heartbroken and I needed something else. I needed something outside of being a mom. I needed something outside of being the depressed Molly.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't have my bad days. I do. Like
Sure.
if you see me on TikTok and you notice I don't, cuz I post every day. If there's a day that I don't post, that's a day that I had to take a mental health day and I had to regroup and get it together. So I don't want anyone thinking that, "Oh, she's perfect. She's happy all the time." No, wrongo.
That's the voice that I couldn't do.
With the crotch muffin.
There it is. I think that's it's amazing. I know myself, I'm on here to escape reality.
Oh yeah.
We're both parents.
Mhm.
Um Obviously I've had my struggles with addiction and this was kind of a way to escape like okay, nobody on TikTok knew me as a recovering drug addict. Nobody on TikTok knew I was an alcoholic. They do now,
Right.
but it was a way that I wasn't rich. I was red rich.
Mhm.
And it's nice to escape from reality. But I think it's really great that it's come to a point now for the both of us, but this is about you, that you've been able to turn that alternate reality, this crotch muffin has built up Molly. When Molly was down here and Crotch Muffin was when Molly was here and Crotch Muffin was all the way up here, that you've been able to to grow Molly to be Crotch Muffin in your everyday life. And like you said, you still have those rough days like
Hmm.
everybody else. You're human. You're human like anybody else. And people may see you for that 15 to 60 seconds or however many minutes you're doing, a secret. But there's so much more behind you. And I think it's nice that people can finally get a chance to see that. You're a new mom. Your
Yeah,
son is how old?
he's 3.
So obviously now we know you're battling depression,
Hmm.
battling suicidal thoughts with a young child. That's got to be a weight on your shoulders that is impossible to lift off.
Right.
You jump onto TikTok to try to escape that reality and just have some fun. You end up blowing up. You to where you never thought you would here.
No.
Now you're a new mom
Hmm.
who still battles depression,
Hmm.
and now you have social media fame. How do you how do you deal with all that on a day-to-day basis? The constant messaging, the DMs, the secrets, keeping up with that, keeping up with your house. You just bought a new home, keeping up with your son's life, and keeping your depression as low as it could possibly be. How does that day to day go for you?
So a little bit of sleep and a lot of coffee is what I say.
Cheers.
Yeah. um, but it's just all about balance. Like I have made it a point when and this is actually a question I get a ton from my followers. Like, what do you do with your child when you're doing TikTok? Well, I don't do TikTok while he's awake. When he wakes up in the morning, he is has my attention. It's me and him. We're watching cartoons, we're playing outside, we're doing whatever, eating ourselves silly. Like, I do not pull out TikTok when he's awake. Now, my child will take 5-hour naps.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah.
Please share that secret, how that's done.
I don't know. From the time he was born, the kid just likes to sleep.
Oh man,
So
jealous.
in that 5 hours, I have a ton of time to do TikTok. And I've gotten like one hate comment, like, you don't pay attention to your son. No, I do. He just sleeps a lot. And if he sleeps a lot, I'm gonna take advantage of that time. Um, so yeah, I wake up in the morning, make my coffee, we play together. He goes to bed around 12, and then I have till about 5 o'clock where I can
I am blown away at that. I have a 2 year. Oh my, he'll be two in a couple days. He naps for like 2 hours, and I'm like, yeah.
Uh, see, a 2-hour nap to me is like, you didn't even sleep.
And then, so that's your time. That's crotch muffin time.
Hmm.
Are you using that time to prep for the evening? Because you do make most of your TikToks and you tell most of your secrets at night.
Mhm.
Um, so is that your prep time? Is that your DM time? Is that your how does that work?
So I've kind of switched it around a little bit. So when I lay my son down, I start telling secrets right away.
Okay.
So I will tell secrets, and sometimes I play guitar and sing. It just depends. If I'm in a singing mood, I'll sing. If I'm in a secret mood, I'll tell secrets. And I'll do that for a couple hours, and then after that I will clean my house. Like, my cleaning day is Monday, but my house is significantly bigger than my old house, so I'm still trying to figure out, like, oh my gosh, how do I do this in one day? So after the secret telling and they're all uploaded, I will clean my house. And then something that has just recently been a thing is I have to take time at night for myself. I have to turn on my American Horror Story, get my Diet Dr. Pepper, and just lay on the couch and just have me time once my son is back in bed. He's like,
Okay.
yeah. So
So
that's
you have a
kind of how
good
it works.
balance of it.
Oh, yeah. And I know when it's unbalanced. I know when I've been on TikTok for too long because I just feel drained and I kind of feel that depression start creeping in. So then I'm like, okay, what do I have to tweak? Maybe I'll only tell secrets for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then, because if my house is messy, I'm not happy.
Your OCD kicks in.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. So then, and then people understand if I don't post. People understand if I just post a singing video and I don't do anything else. Like,
Well, your singing videos do great. As of late, you seem to be testing out pickles dipped into peanut butter, Nutella, smushed between Oreos. A very weird
uh,
balance of pickle to sweets ratio. What,
can I
what what is that about?
can I just say I don't remember how that started?
TikTok loves it.
They do. Freaking my last pickle video got like 10,000 views in like 10 minutes. I'm like, wait, I don't remember how it started, but I ate a pickle and they're like, oh, you should put peanut butter on it. And I'm like, yeah.
Ugh.
So I put
I
peanut
love
butter.
peanut butter, but not on pickles.
I love peanut butter and I love pickles, but together it's like, "Bleh." So I tried it and it's how it sounds. It tastes like garbage.
Oh my god. So yeah, guys, there's a lot more to Molly's content
Yeah.
than besides the secrets. The secrets is
Oh, yeah.
obviously what blew you up,
Right.
but you've been able to branch out into other things. So you have your balance. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
100% honesty here. I ask you guys to come onto the show and tell us about you. I'm actually inspired a little bit by that. I know that I take way too much time for TikTok, and I think it's something that I need to change. Like, okay, I'm not going to TikTok during the day with my kids, but I sometimes go into this. Well, they're playing, they're on their iPad. I'm gonna go do some stuff, but meanwhile, I could probably be do so. So, thank you. I think
Yeah.
you've given me some ideas here. You're now in the social media spotlight. You are a
I
social
guess.
media. You are. You're a social media influencer. You are TikTok famous. We've learned how that has affected your life.
Mhm.
How about as far as your friends and family? Do they do they know you're on TikTok? And two, if they do know you're on TikTok, how have they embraced it uh, with your social media lifestyle? How do they take that?
So it's so funny. I was out in public with my mom and sisters. We went to an ice cream shop here in Arizona, and I walk in and I notice this girl is looking at me funny. And I'm like, well, everybody looks at me funny. Maybe I have something. I don't know. I didn't think anything about it because it's not the first time it's happened. And then we're there for a second, and her mom comes up to me and she's like, this is so bizarre, but my daughter is over there freaking out. Like,
Oh, I
she
was a
knows
fan.
it was a she knows you from TikTok and she wants a picture with you. Like, she can't really talk right now. Like, and I was almost just as like fangirled as the little girl over there. She's probably like 17. I was like,
This was your first. This was your first time ever being noticed out in public.
yeah. So I'm like, wait, me? Like, are we kidding? So we take our pictures, we do our hugs. I'm talking to her. She's not really talking back. She's just like,
Oh,
I'm just like
that's
the
great.
cutest girl in the world. And meanwhile, my family is like, what's going
Yeah.
on? Yeah, like, what the heck? Because I have not told anybody at this point that I'm even on TikTok.
Oh, so you're out with them. They don't know that you even have a TikTok or maybe even what TikTok is.
Hmm.
And
And this,
here's a fan.
yeah, they're like, what the freak? And this happened like only like couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. So I had like 500 something followers, 500,000. So like it wasn't like the beginning of it. Like this is like I am all in. Like this is
Okay.
I'm Crotch Muffin. This is what's happening. And they're like, what the heck is happening here? And then I'm like, oh, just like somebody from TikTok. And because I don't know, it's just embarrassing to me. Like I can barely go back and watch my videos. Like it makes me kind of cringe. So like to have my family watch these videos, I'm like, oh, please don't. Like I'm so cringy. I'm so embarrassing. So, honest to goodness, last Saturday is when everybody found out that I'm TikTok famous.
So your family just literally just finds out
Yeah.
600,000 followers later,
Yeah.
they find out that their family member is big time here on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, not here, we're on YouTube, but
YouTube.
over there on TikTok.
Right. Yeah.
How do they take it?
So, oh my gosh, like super supportive. They're like, that's so cool. Like, I showed them, I'm sponsored right now by the coldest water. So, I showed them the water
Okay.
bottle. I'm like, I'm sponsoring them. They're paying me. Like, here are my Crotch Muffin stickers that I'm going to be selling soon. And they're like, okay, like, that's really cool. So, no, and I mean, yes, some of my secrets are unfiltered and raw. And I've told them that. I'm like, if you don't want to watch it, like, it's not going to hurt my
Sure.
feelings. It is like, unfiltered, it's raw. But the fact that they support me and love me no matter my choices, like I don't know, I love them. I would be nothing without my family. So,
That's great. So now you have your family's support.
yep.
Was it like a little bit of a relief going, okay, not that you were so much hiding it from them, you were just kind of skipping over that part of your, everyday life.
Yeah.
Is it a
Skipping
little
over it.
easier? Like, did you ever get nervous that they would find it or
Um, not so much nervous. I think it like a little bit more embarrassed. Like if they
okay.
find this, like, well, maybe a little bit nervous too. Like, are they gonna think less of me? Like, because I'm on there, I'm like, F this, F that. She like so no, it was never like if they found it, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way. It was never hiding it. I just kind of skipped over it because, like I said, I can barely watch my videos without cringing. I just
Sure, yeah.
it's
Yeah, I'm like that too. I mean,
yeah, it's different when people are watching your videos versus
yeah,
people you don't know. It's just a little bit different. So,
that
yeah.
is way too funny there. So outside of the secrets,
Mhm.
I said it before. You're an amazing musician. You play guitar.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful voice. Do you play any other instruments?
I mean, ukulele, but it's like the same thing. I've been trying to learn harmonica because I think there's just something so ugh,
Cool
soulful
about it.
about it. Yeah. But no, just guitar and ukulele right now. I played trumpet in junior high, but that was a joke. I just played by ear. I just like copied people's fingers. Yeah.
I think I made it to like the recorder in like third grade,
Yeah,
and then
oh,
hot cross buns, and it was over done.
the blessed recorder.
Your music, you could tell you're passionate about that when you sing, when
Mhm.
you play, and it sounds amazing. Has that ever been something that you wanted to pursue as a career, or is it more of just a hobby for you?
So when I was 16, I actually auditioned for the X Factor.
Really?
I did. Because it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to be a famous singer. And so I remember getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I waited in line forever to audition. And I was like one of the last people to audition, and they were picking as we were going.
Okay.
I'm not saying if they would have had a different system, I would have been picked. But X Factor at the time, haven't watched it since, but they liked variety.
Okay.
So in the end, it came down to me and this opera singer, and they picked the opera singer, which was
Your
totally
loss X
fine.
factor.
And it's interesting. I'm like, what if they would have picked me? Like, what would my life look like? But I believe everything happens for a reason. I probably wouldn't have my son. So
That's
it's
a
all good.
really good point.
Yeah.
Well, definitely their loss and our gain because
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
well, you may still been on TikTok at this point.
Yeah.
Is it something you've ever thought about? I'm going to give this another shot.
Um, More and more, yes. I think the only thing that holds me back in the best way possible is my son. I want to be there for him 1,000% of the time. And it's like, how would I then balance motherhood and singing? But no, it's something that I have played with. If I did do anything, it would be the voice.
Okay.
I will let you know if I ever take that step because it is something I'm passionate about. Like when I'm singing, like, if you see me on TikTok and it's just singing that day, it's because my soul needed that. I just need singing. Like,
Yeah.
I can be in the darkest of places, and there's just something about music. It's like the universal, like,
Oh, yeah.
love, peace. So,
Absolutely. No, music has single handedly saved my life.
oh, yeah.
Um, And that, it's something that's great no matter what kind of mood you're in, whether
Hmm.
you're happy, whether you're sad, whether you're angry, there's a song. And I always said it's hilarious to me because, like, if I'm having a day where my depression is really
Hmm.
bad or my anxiety is really bad, instead of going to listen to something happy, I go listen to the saddest thing you could find.
Me too.
And I'm like, and I think everybody does that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
absolutely amazing. Okay. You go to the X Factor. This is, you try out for, no, I'm sorry. You try out for The Voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you go tomorrow and try out for The Voice.
Okay.
You make it. All four of them hit the button. And I know
Oh.
this is a little different. So let's go with, let's go. There's Blake Shelton,
Yes.
Gwen Stefani.
Hmm. I think Adam
Oh,
Levine
I
left.
didn't have to ask. You're going to say, did he leave? I don't really follow the show.
I don't either anymore. I don't know.
Well,
I
let's
don't
just
know.
say, we'll just say
Let's just
Adam is
say
still
it's
there.
yeah.
I know we could stop there. You're going to turn around for Adam. No, okay. Next question.
Yes, you know me too well.
I think
Sexy based.
I think every female is going. I mean, but you know what? In all honesty, I mean, the guy's got a million connections in the music industry.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Little,
with any of them, you'd be
oh yeah,
well with, yeah. But
absolutely.
he's fun to look at, so why not?
Well, there you go. So you would be Team Adam. Okay, Adam is gone. We're replacing him with Usher and Christina. So we got Christina, Gwen Stefani, Usher, and Blake Shelton. All
Like,
four of them turn around. You going Blake?
yeah, because
Okay.
obviously he's country. I feel like I don't really know what my style is. I like to sing it all, but I feel like naturally the songs that I don't have to try hard at are country. My voice is naturally country inclined, if that makes sense.
Yeah. For everybody watching that's heard you sing, and I know for myself, yeah, you definitely have that strong female country vocalist and true country. I'm a country fan. I don't not a big fan of today's country. That's people's thing. That's fine.
Nope.
But
I agree.
you have that original, country voice, and But I've heard you do non-country songs, and it sounds amazing. So again, guys, there's Molly's TikTok handle there and her Instagram underneath it. You're missing out if you are not following her. You've had very very good success with TikTok. You're starting to have great success. Great success. I can't say that and not do Borat, and that wasn't intentional, but
That's pretty good.
it's probably the only impression I can do. Um, Tomorrow you have the option to completely hit the reset button and start all over again, and you're back into early March. Do you take this journey again, or do you do something different?
Oh, I take this journey again because I don't know. I mean, I've been asked that question a lot even before TikTok. Like, if you could just start over and just go back to 2000, whatever, would you? Is it tempting? Yes, but no, because I wouldn't be right here where I am. Did I go through hell to get here? Yes. But what does a diamond go through when it's being made into a diamond? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that. That's good.
You got to go through some stuff to get where you are. And no, I wouldn't change a dang thing. Could I have probably started better and been more organized and done it better? Sure. Yeah. But I didn't. And I'm here now. And it is what it is. And I love it. And yeah, I wouldn't change a dang thing.
So you have allowed us to, without actually knowing who the people are, know a lot about somebody that we don't
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
And the mystery I actually enjoy more. I feel like if you were like, hey, here's a picture of this person and this is what they're saying, I'd be like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
What is something that your fans and your followers don't know about Molly? And it doesn't have to be anything crazy that obviously we're not talking about, hey, well, I ran somebody over in 2005. Not that she did. She did not do that, ladies. Disclaimer on the bottom, Molly never ran anybody over. But what's something like something that you're passionate about, something that you haven't shared yet on TikTok, or something that you haven't really spoken about, but it means it's near and dear to your heart? What's something that your fans right now would be like, I wouldn't have guessed that. I didn't know.
So maybe not so near and dear to my heart, but I actually come from a very prolific mob family. And I can't talk too much about it
Okay.
or I will. I'm just kidding. I
uh,
wish I came from a mob family.
gonna
It's
make him an
so
offer he
Italian.
can't refuse.
Yeah, you come to me on the day.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. I love that movie. My uncle's actually no, oh, true story. I could call my father right now. My uncle is Gianni Russo. He played Carlo in The Godfather. True story.
When I tell you my jaw disconnected.
He's, I guess if we're gonna be, we have to. Okay, he is my father's cousin. In my family,
Still,
cousins were called uncles. I don't think I think I met him when I was younger,
you
but
still
yeah.
met him. That's
So
crazy.
yeah, that's my dad's cousin, Johnny Russo, but he changed it legally to Gianni because he thought that was more Italian. But I mean, The Godfather was his biggest thing. I think he played like guy in chair and striptease, and he was in Super Mario Brothers movie, and then he dated Victoria Gotti for a little bit, and has like some singing records and cookbooks. But yeah,
That's
love.
cool.
I'm a mob movie buff. So you're not in the mob.
No,
We're
unfortunately.
for the record. But is there something that your fans would be, surprised to know about you? And not negative, not just something that, wow, I didn't know that about her.
Um, I have been in, I think, like 13 car accidents.
Oh my God, don't drive with Molly
No, you
ever.
shouldn't. No. Two of which I should not be alive today. Like I really
Really?
oh yeah. My first car accident, I was driving with my dad and my brother. My dad was driving, brother in the front seat, and I was in the middle seat. And I didn't have a seatbelt on for whatever reason. I was staying with my dad that weekend. My parents were divorced. Just kind of getting my stuff organized. And then I was like 12, 11 or 12, and I got this strong urge, like, you need to scoot over.
Oh
So I'm like,
wow.
okay. So I
Okay.
I scooted over to the right, and the second I clicked my seatbelt, somebody came off the freeway at 70 miles an hour and plowed into the back of us.
Ooh.
There were probably 5 or 6 cars in front of us. All of them were impacted. Like, this guy was drunk to the max. Our car was, it wasn't even recognizable. My dad was passed out.
Oh geez.
My brother's arm was completely sliced. The stereo, the radio, went through the middle of the car and out the back.
Nice.
It was good size. So it went straight through the middle. If I would have been sitting in the middle of that car, my head would have been taken off completely.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, and this lady, this bystander comes and she's like kind of waking us all up because I think we're all at this point just kind of like
Mhm.
passed out completely. And then the cops come, I get pulled out of the car and I look and I see the guy and he's on the ground. I can't even see his face. It's blood, shaking, shaking, shaking. All of a sudden he just stops. And then that's it.
Oh my God. That's got to be scary as an 11-year-old kid.
Yeah. And I mean,
Jeez.
I don't know whether you're religious or not, something happened that day. There were angels there. The worst thing that happened to me is I bit through my lip. My dad, I think, got a concussion. My brother had a slice on the arm. We went to the hospital for a couple hours, went home. We're sore as crap.
Oh, I can imagine.
But we were all alive. I don't know the fate of the guy that hit us. It looked like he had passed. I don't
Mhm.
know. But then
Don't drink and drive.
yeah, don't do that. But my other one is I rolled a Hummer.
Was it your Hummer?
No, it was my mom's best friend's Hummer.
Oh God.
I was going through driving school and we were going out to her farm on the gravel road and she's like, "You need to drive faster." So I'm like, "Okay." So I pick it up to like 45 mile an hour on gravel road and we hit the washboard. We start fishtailing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 15 years old in driver's ed. I overcorrect and we roll and roll. I'm rolling a box. Like that's
Oh my.
goes against science.
Those things are big. I mean, are they? How'd you come out of that one?
I don't know. We stopped right at a pole. So like we could have wrapped ourselves around the pole. Like we were going fast and we had a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was the mom, mom's friend, she ended up breaking her collarbone. She cracked 3 ribs, broke something else. Her son was in the back, not even wearing a seatbelt, and he's the one that pulled us out of the car. Like I was unconscious till I got to the hospital. Like I didn't even know what was happening. But I just remember
Ooh.
rolling and like it was slow motion and the windshield was coming in at me like in slow motion. I'm like, oh, I think I'm screwing up right now. Like we're rolling, like we're doing this.
You have made it through so guys, if you're in Arizona and you ever see Molly driving next to you, make a turn,
Yeah.
go away. If she offers you a ride, say, I'm a fan, but I also want to walk for the rest of my life.
No,
Do
seriously,
not get
I
in
have
the
the
car.
worst luck.
Oh my.
Car accidents, just anything to do with a car, I have bad luck. I've had 2 tires blow within the same week. A
Do you ever think
starter
about maybe just trying Uber or Lyft and just saying, I'm not going to drive?
I'm really getting there because anything to do with a car is just like, "Oh, that's Molly."
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Well, I think you've alluded to the fact that you're on the shorter side, correct?
Yes, I'm 4'11".
Oh, so yeah, I mean, you might not be able to see over the steering wheel. You may want to just hop
Get a
that
phone
thing up
book.
there.
I said phone book. We're showing our age.
Oh
Not
my
that I'm
God.
even
I
that
don't
old,
think they
but they
make them
don't even
anymore.
make phone books anymore.
No, no, there's nothing that we had anymore. It's all said and done. We've learned so much about who Molly is. A lot of people are just being introduced for the first time to Crotch Muffin. Um, I am honored to call you a friend. The TikTok has truly brought together a lot of really good people, people I would have never met without it. You are absolutely on the top of that list. I can't thank you enough for coming
Dang.
on here. Your support, your friendship, and everything that means the world to me. We're friends, but I'm still a fan. I mean,
Stop.
I love watching how fast everything grows for you, how organic it is, and how good you are at what you do without you knowing it. And I hope everybody that does not follow Molly will go check her out and will go look at her.
Well,
Molly, yeah,
can
of
I
course.
just say, I am just mad I didn't think of this before you. This is And I mean that in the best way possible. This is amazing because being a mom and a woman in my demographic, even in not my demographic, we look at these social media people and we beat ourselves up. We're like, oh, I will never be like that. They're so happy. They're so positive. They have everything. Nothing is wrong. But
Yep.
this podcast right here is showing what people don't see. It shows the emotions that we don't tell people. So I think
Yeah.
this is awesome and
Well,
bringing
thank you.
awareness to the fans that look, these people, I mean, they're cool, but like they've got some shit too. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like thank you for doing this. It's amazing.
Oh, no, thank you
Amazing.
so much for what other platforms? So we know Instagram. Again, there's Molly's Instagram. Obviously, we know TikTok, and that's
Right.
up there as well.
Right.
Have you gotten into the YouTube game?
Okay, so I do have a YouTube. I'm not active on it. I've
Okay.
posted a couple secrets and then I posted a video about my anxiety and depression actually.
I
And
watched
like,
that. If you guys, I'm putting the link to her YouTube up. If you suffer from it like so many others, if you know somebody that does, seriously watch what Molly has to say. It
oh,
was incredible. I was going through a tough time when I saw that, and it helped me. And I don't think I ever told you that, but
no. Oh.
so I'm gonna put your YouTube link up as well. So you do it. You know, you got it. Some of your have you thought about transferring some of your secrets, like those longer ones, those 11-part ones, to YouTube, and
You
making
know,
that a YouTube exclusive?
yes, I have, but it's finding the time because, like, as you know, I am terrible with technology. I am, like, I'm a disgrace to our freaking generation. Like, I don't know anything. I'm surprised I can post a video on TikTok. But it's just finding that time to, okay, what editing software do I need? What camera do I need? What do I need to do? Because a lot of people have said you should put the longer ones on YouTube and so they don't have to be broken up. Like that one I posted yesterday would have been perfect, that 11
Mhm.
part one. So it is something that I am going to do. It's just a matter of me getting the confidence and the time to actually figure it out. So if I
Well,
come to you and say, Rich, I need help, like, don't be surprised.
anytime you ever need anything, I am here. Molly, thank you so much for being on the show. All of her information is below. Please go follow her on all the other platforms. I think you guys really got a good look at who Molly is, and you're going to enjoy Crotch Muffin on TikTok. And I think you're going to enjoy her a little more now that you know who Molly is. So, once again, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being
You.
a good friend. And this has been another episode of Behind the Content.
Thank you.